my journey with Lifewave and how I got healthier, stronger, and Roy likes to say richer. And I shared that with my husband and everybody that I saw. So basically, I'm a retired teacher. I got my BA in English. I was an English teacher, and then I got an MBA. I worked in corporate finance for a number of years. Basically, I'm a retired teacher with 26 years experience, but I retired in 2012. This is after I became connected with Lifewave. And I love Lifewave because health and wellness is just something that's fantastic for all of us. And I love the fact that it was drug-free. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. And now that we have the stem cell technology, it's just out of this world. So this is how I got connected specifically. You can see a picture of Mitzi on the left. Mitzi had two sons that were in my classroom. And she told me about an anti-aging technology. She came into my classroom in 2009 and she noticed my hands were all cramped up. And she said, Susie, what's wrong with your hands? And I said, oh, I've got arthritis, I've been taking pills forever, not doing any better. But she said, I have an anti-aging product that you have to try. So I thought, well, I know that decades of pain medicine has done absolutely nothing. So I said yes. And at that time, back in 2009, I tried the glutathione and carnosine for 29 days. I kept on calling her up all the time and saying, Mitzi, my hands are still cramped. I'm still in pain. She said, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. And I'm glad she did, because now we know sometimes you can't get healed with one patch. You have to be persistent. So after about the 5th week, I called Mitzi and I said, hey, guess what, Mitzi? My pain is all gone and my hands went from this way to straight and my fingers were not in any pain. I didn't have any pain in my joints, and I haven't been having to have drugs since 2009, even though officially I still have arthritis, which doctors can probably see on x-rays. However, I take no medications. And I also got rid of 30 years of allergies that I had been taking buckets full of pills for decades. The latest story I like to share is that I cracked my patella in October because my husband and I have bikes. We are very active. So I fell off my bike on a really steep hill. I just crashed. So it turns out my patella was cracked. I patched it up, sat in my easy chair. The next day, Steve says, don't you think you should go for an x-ray? So I said, well, okay, I don't want to sit in the emergency room with all the gunshot wounds and the heart attacks, but I did go to the doctor's office. They gave me an x-ray. The doctor said, yes, it's cracked. Well, he gave me naproxen for the pain. I took one of those pills. The side effects were so bad, I threw it out. So I just went home, patched up my knee with X3949, and I used the flower protocol, where you put all the patches in a circle around the issue that you are working on. And I was worried because I had osteoporosis. I'm 72 years young, feel like I'm 40. But when I went on a recent doctor visit, he was just checking up on my history, and he was just, he's moving my arms, he's moving my legs. And he says, well, what do you do for pain? I said, Lifewave stem cell patch technology. He goes, well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
All right.
Okay, so
beautiful.
Yeah, Steve, my better half had a stroke in 2016. This was kind of weird. He was working out in the yard and he tripped over a garden hose, which I thought was strange. Then later on in the day, I noticed his voice was acting a little off and his face was drooping. So I quickly went to the computer and I Googled stroke symptoms after dental work, because I know he had had a dental appointment in the morning. And sure enough, he had 3 out of the 10 stroke symptoms. So I quickly went to my patches. I applied 10 energy patches on all the major acupuncture points according to the stroke protocol. He could feel the energy going through his body. So I said, honey, you want to go to the emergency room? He said, no, we'll just go in the morning, because that was already like 8 hours past the golden hour. So there was nothing that we could really do. So after we did our shopping in the next morning, we go to the emergency room, and I said, you know what? My husband thinks he had a stroke. So they start putting all the electrodes on him and doing the EKGs and all this and that. And the doctor said, yes, you had a stroke, but it was in the basal ganglia. That's just little details, and you have no damage. So they kept him one night in the hospital, and we went home. 2 weeks later, we go on a planned trip to Europe, which was a land trip and a cruise.
Oh,
Another side benefit, earlier in our Lifewave career, he had high cholesterol. So the doctor prescribed the typical cholesterol medications. Well, he used it for a couple of days. He said the side effects are so awful, I'm throwing it away. So he never used cholesterol medicine after that. But 4 months later, we have a certificate from the doctor that said, great job on your cholesterol. And the report was showing 40 points lower.
wow, amazing.
As I said, I'm a retired teacher, and I did get Teacher of the Year award in the year 2000. And I also do a lot of community volunteer work. So I got a Woman of Distinction award from Senator Mike Morell in 2014. I am also an author. I was an author in a book called 2020, A Year of Faith. And this past year, I've been writing my memoir, which is called Sow in Tears, Reap in Joy, which is coming out at the end of the summer. I'm also a contributing author for several other books, which are coming out this summer. One of them is being released on June 14th, called Love Your Haters, and it's about forgiveness and transformation. Brother Roy was talking about having all the booths with our upline Mitzi, and we did do a lot of booths over the past 10 years. As a matter of fact, I had a booth at UKIPA's health fair just last week. Although I got to say, most of my business is now online thanks to Zoom. But the first year, you can see we made over $40,000. So Steve had the foresight to say, honey, you know what? We've got to invest this extra income that we're getting, because we were both still teachers at the time. So we started out with one rental property, then two, then three, then four. I think one year we actually bought 5 rental properties.
Wow.
And so, 10 years later, we still maintain all 10 rental properties ourselves. And that's been an outstanding investment, because you can't make any kind of money when you put money in the bank, right, Roy?
Yes, that's true.
So, and thanks to getting in at the right time, we were able to buy the properties at the right time. And you know how real estate has skyrocketed since then. So,
Oh, bless you.
yes.
That is a blessing. Thank you for acting up on the approach of Mitzi.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I love working with community organizations. I've been involved in a lot of chambers of commerce and a lot of other foundations. One of my favorites is Samaritans Purse, and Steve and I actually work down at the distribution center in Orange County every year, and they gather products from people all over the country, and we package them in shoe boxes, and literally millions of gifts go to kids in third world countries. So this is just one of the organizations that we partner with, and we're blessed to be able to help. Yeah, I'm a teacher at heart. I'm always teaching, and I've spent most of my adult life doing that. And now I get to teach people the best and easiest, most productive ways to stay healthy using Lifewave technology. Okay, I love this little slide here. Brother Roy said, well, can you give us some testimonials? And I said, absolutely. So we don't want to go into too many details, but these are just things that came to mind. And it just shows the variety of experiences that I've been able to impact people's life. So one of my downlines who I've actually had since the very beginning, he contacted me last month and he said, you know what? I've been using these X39 and X49 patches recently, and I got rid of decades of herniated discs. Not only that, he's in his 70s. He goes to the gym and he's working out like a young man because, you know, the X39 and 49 helps us in the gym.
Right.
Another lady called me up last month and she has had leukemia for the last several years. So she's been using the X39 patch. She said her doctor said she's in remission. Of course, we can't use the word cured, but you know, that just shows you and I said, well, what medications you're taking? She said, none, just using the patches.
Wow,
Oh,
amazing.
and I love Brother Roy and Brother Rick always say patch everywhere. Okay, so this is so true.
Yeah.
So a number of years ago, I'm in a Starbucks and I was meeting a lady there for coffee. She was a prospect that I had met somewhere. I noticed her face was all swollen. Her lips looks like she just had Botox. So I didn't want to say anything embarrassing, but I said, oh, what happened to you? She said, oh, I was in the dentist office and they gave me some kind of shots. And now her whole face was swollen up like a mango. And I said, oh my God, you need glutathione. So I quickly get out my patches, get a glutathione patch and tell her to put it under her belly button. I gave her a bottle of water. We start chatting. She says, as soon as we're done with our chat, I have to go to the emergency room. So while we're talking, the swelling on her face is going down. We finish our discussion. She says, I don't have to go to the emergency room now. Now she's a massage therapist, so she signs on naturally and she uses the patches for her clients. And here she is, healed, no emergency room in 30 minutes. Okay, another one, let's see. What is it? Okay, oh, another lady, Steve, she says to Steve, I bet you don't have anything for hot flashes. And he says, well, we certainly do. So she gets the SP6 and the Eon. In a week, her hot flashes are gone.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Let me see what I'm trying to see what the words say. Oh, so, what's that? Oh, another lady. I'm at dinner with a group of friends. One lady had just had a kidney surgery. She was donating one kidney to somebody in need. So she's still in the recovery process. While she's eating, I see that she looks like she's about to get sick. I said, what happened? What happened? She said, oh, I feel like I'm getting nauseated. I said, quickly, get out my patches, put the energy patches on the inside of her wrists. 5 minutes later, she resumes eating. She's not sick. She's good. Good. Oh,
wow.
Then I'm at yoga class. I notice a lady starts to wheeze. I said, Christine, what's happening? She said, oh my God, I'm having an asthma attack. I quick run over, get my energy patches, put them on the lung 1 position, give her a bottle of water. 5 minutes later, she's okay. She can continue on with yoga.
Wow.
Another colleague in one of my networks said, oh, I hear about your products, but my mom is in assisted living. She just had a stroke. Is there anything you can do? I said, absolutely. So he became a Lifewave distributor. He used the patches on his mom. She was able to leave the assisted living and living independently in her own home within a matter of weeks. Let's see. Oh, another lady in another network says, oh my God, I've been having pain every month for like 20 years. She became a distributor, used the patches. In the first week, she's out of pain. And this is after years of going through the same kind of agony. And now, oh, we're traveling in Africa because, you know, we've been on a safari several times. I noticed the lady who ran the resort had a lot of pain. So I told her about the product. She says, well, I'm going to meet you after dinner. I meet her after dinner. I patched up. The next day she signs on. So that's my first distributor in Tanzania.
Wow.
Another, wait, let me see. I'm trying to see what the words say. Tanzania. Oh, When I got back home, another lady I was introduced to had a stepson who was on the spectrum. She said he has a lot of problems, focusing. He trips a lot. He has problems with balance and all that. Can you help him? I said, yes. She became a distributor. Now she moved to Egypt, and her stepson is doing well using the patches, and he's on the spectrum.
Oh,
Another client in my dance class, because my husband and I have been dancers for the last 10 years. I noticed that he was having pain walking. I said, Dave, what's happening? His wife said, it's Agent Orange. And so he was a Vietnam vet, had a lot of pain left over from the Vietnam service time. He became a distributor, signed up, and then the next week he's out of pain.
wow. Agent Orange, huh?
Agent Orange. And back in the day, I had other service vets who were also Agent Orange, I got to say, victims, and the patches helped them because the detoxing effects, as you know, are so strong.
Yes.
Another distributor said that she was scheduled during COVID to have knee surgery, but due to COVID, they had to put her surgery off again and again. But thank God she had the patches, including X39 and 49. So she was able to carry on with her job, even though they kept on putting off her scheduled knee replacement. And then what's the
Amazing.
last one? Let me see. Oh, another lady became a distributor because she told me she had a lot of health problems, including problems with sleep and insomnia. She was also on a CPAP machine. Well, she got started on the X39 and the sleep, silent night. Now she was able to throw out her sleep PAP machine and notices multiple benefits. So that's just a little, smorgasbord of some of the people that have had fantastic results. So just got a patch everywhere.
Yeah. Amazing.
Thanks to our Lifewave business, we've been able to travel on safari several times, cruises to Europe, land trips to Europe, Africa, and Hawaii. We have a timeshare in Hawaii and all over the United States. So live well, live long, and live prosperous. Lifewave, what can I say? Live well, live long, and live younger. And you know what? Everywhere I go, Roy, I tell people I'm 72 years young. And I'm
Amen.
still dancing, hiking, biking. Steve and I just had a 10-mile bike ride today before this call.
Oh my goodness. You guys are super human being.
Well, thanks to Lifewave, right?
Amen. 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 Yes.
And
Yes.
I have to say, as much as we've traveled around the world, even Africa, we've never, ever gotten sick because we always take patches, always.
Amen.
And I
Always,
say,
yeah.
if you're on a desert island, have nothing else, but at least have your patches.
There we go. There we
Right?
go. Yeah. Amen to that. I know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Susie, for sharing
My
all
pleasure.
your success in patching and healing your body, healing Steve, and healing the world, and all your experience. And now, see all the extra money that she made. See, buy properties. She owned 10 properties, and well, life is wonderful. And ladies and gentlemen, let's build this business, share it with others. Don't be afraid. In Indonesian, nggak enak. Always said nggak enak. Don't feel nggak enak. Always enak. Okay. And then share it with everybody. God bless you all.